superstar with the best record in each group will advance to the championship match. Any ties will be broken by a head-to-head record.
They're basically doing G1. They're basically doing G1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another brand new edition of Spot Monkey Radio, Spot Monkey TV. I don't know whatever we're calling this. I am the king of Bong Style, aka Bong Cena, aka the Human Podcast Machine. Joined with me, as always, are Diamondback Gonzalez, Mike Greco, and as always, the incomparable 5'9" with the chocolate behind, Mr. Jamal Jackson. There we go. Another perfect intro.
You saw that chocolate behind.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You damn well heard that chocolate behind in production. So it's been a week, guys, since WrestleMania. This is one of the stranger weeks, post WrestleMania weeks ever. We didn't have our traditional Raw after Mania. That's why I kind of felt off. If it was the traditional circumstances, we probably would have done a live Raw after Mania.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, the Raw after Mania is always
tons of stuff to talk about. Not much to talk about after WrestleMania, other than Nia Jax coming back.
Whoa.
Okay.
We had a match. We basically had Hogan versus Yoko right after.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was the reaction I was having Monday night, and you all know that.
McIntyre and the Big Show. I mean, way to promote that trash show, because it is trash. I'm only 3 episodes in, and it's bad. I would recommend watching the cheesy movie.
They slipped in WrestleMania Night 3.
I
That's
guess.
pretty much what they get. Raw was WrestleMania Night 3. I mean, the match with Drew obviously took place right after the match, with Brock. You know what I mean? They obviously said that. It was Night 3. It was WrestleMania Night 3. That's all.
Well,
to me, it was
first of all,
Easter egg. See what I did there?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. We gotta get because it's technically live on Easter. Happy Easter, everybody.
yeah. Happy Easter.
Festive Passover.
Yeah,
Anybody
so
watching?
Alistair and Apollo go for about as long as Randy and Edge did at Mania.
Yeah. I mean, can we? I mean, two matches. I mean, well, okay. I'm gonna say it as two matches, but obviously it was that match. But then it was also the three matches at the beginning of the show that really was just one match.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was just crazy long. I mean, it was good wrestling. Don't get me wrong, but it was really long.
I mean, to me, as far as all the matches that we saw for the week, Aleister Black and Apollo Crews tore down the house with nobody there.
Yeah,
To watch.
yeah. No, I did enjoy
So,
that match a lot. Yeah.
it was kind of obvious that they were going to have Selena Vega wrestle Bianca Belair, but then that match turned into a no contest. First, it was a DQ, then it was no contest. Then they had an actual 6-person tag, and I was just like, okay. I was like, on paper, I have it written down where it's like 10 matches in total on Raw, but on the technicality, it was really like 8 or
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Because it just
The only
was
thing I
really
would
one
say
long match.
I enjoyed with Raw was that it was just at least all new content. It was whatever from WrestleMania, which is still new content, and then all new matches. We didn't get a 45-minute match from a year ago or 6 years ago that we had to sit there and harp on and watch.
Or we didn't get like the traditional main event 6-man tag match, like where all the participants in matches participated against each other. Like,
yeah, I think it's because they're kind of forced. You know what I mean? At the moment, to kind of just keep. They don't have everybody there at all times, so it's like you can't. It's either repeat or grab somebody new and let's just put together another match real quick.
I don't know. It would have been weird to see, let's say it's the Street Profits, still Raw Tag Champions, teamed up with the new WWE Champion Drew McIntyre to take on Austin Theory, Brock Lesnar, and Angel Garza. Ain't gonna ever happen, okay? Because back in the day, if it was like that, that's what you would see. Imagine seeing that today, and then on top of that, you don't have Brock wrestling on Raw as it is anyway. So.
Yeah.
So now this is the funniest thing about that McIntyre Big Show thing is when Big Show comes out, he's stressing that this has nothing to do with wanting a title match. He didn't want a title match. He wasn't out there for.
I blame the commentator.
30 seconds in, the first thing they say is, "Oh, this is for the WWE Championship." And as soon as they said that, I'm like, "No, don't you dare do this right now."
you kind of knew it was gonna happen.
I literally
back your mind.
The second it happened, I'm like, I thought this wasn't for the belt.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, these commentators are going crazy. It's for the belt. It's for the belt. Come on.
But technically, the way I saw it was, no matter what happened, he baited McIntyre in to give him the shot. So that's what. So to me, I was just like, well, it is a title match. But they got so eager. It wasn't even like he accepted the match, but in my head, I'm like, did he accept it as a title match? I was like, do I want to run that back and watch it for that moment? I was like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I get we're in crazy times, and Big Show's a big name, and he's trying to push his TV show, which is probably why they did it for sure. But at the same time, I mean, I'm never a fan of somebody who isn't actively on the roster all of a sudden getting a title.
Does this count as a Big Show heel turn? Because what was the last time he was on TV? Was he a face last time?
Owens and Joe.
So this counts as a Big Show heel turn.
I think everybody knows he did it for just the publicity.
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
I don't know.
Yeah. The other thing, now I know they said on SmackDown, I won't jump too far ahead, but did they say on Raw if there was going to be qualifying matches for Money in the Bank?
They only had them for SmackDown. They didn't say anything about
All right,
Raw.
so we can get into that when we get to SmackDown. Then.
Yeah.
I thought Money in the Bank was like kind of up in the air still, though. That's what I've been
hearing.
hearing.
The location is.
Yeah.
Not the event.
Yeah.
They're still gonna record it they'll do it at the center.
I thought it was canceled.
Baltimore canceled it. Baltimore canceled the actual stadium event. So.
And I don't know how you guys feel, and this I guess how we kind of segue into Wednesday a little if you guys want to. There's not much left to talk about
Yeah,
Raw, but
yeah.
watching Raw where they tape it at the Performance Center, and watching NXT and how they tape it at they're still taping at Full Sail. For some
Are they? I thought they're back in the
reason,
PC.
no, they taped this week at Full Sail.
Yeah, they did. They did.
So to me, it looks a lot better. I mean, it's still no fan, but
I
something
mean,
about it looks better.
I think they probably already had it set up for what they wanted to do with WrestleMania. They did WrestleMania at Phil. You know what I mean? So they said, okay, we can record Raw at the same time and just change the graphics easily.
Mm.
And it cover the WrestleMania sign. Let's move forward. So
I mean,
it's probably why we saw that.
As far as Wednesday went, we basically had another
Well,
WWE
we still had Nia Jax come back on Raw as well. We didn't talk about.
Woohoo!
Yeah, but I mean, she
Pop
did
some
come
bottles
back.
of shit. I'm happy for her that she's back.
I was more
There's nothing for me.
I was more excited she was wrestling Deanna Purrazzo.
Yeah.
If you want to call it wrestling, it was a quick,
Yeah.
you know.
I was like, all those short clotheslines and no DDT. Wait a minute, she kind of did finish a little while.
Only because Nia Jax will come up later in the show.
Yeah, and apparently she did get Paige's permission to use the half DDT. I don't know what that's called.
Rampage.
The Rampage.
Oh, she calls it the 187. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
As far as Raw went, there wasn't really much to discuss to talk about. Apollo Crews and Alistair Black was pretty much the best match of the whole week as far as all shows are concerned. As far as watching,
agreed. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. For Raw, they did their best match that night for sure.
Well, to me, it's been the best Raw in probably the last 2 months. Like I said, it was a full episode of Raw. It was nothing I've seen before.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, considering what's happening, yeah,
Right.
I would say definitely the better of most Raws lately for sure.
I kind of feel like they were doing that solely because AEW was just like, hey, we're still doing stuff. We're still pushing these matches. What are you guys doing?
Right.
And it's not like they're trying to come at them like that, but WWE's like, hey, let's do this instead.
Well, they know if AEW is still there and they don't do any good content, they're gonna lose viewership, and they run the risk of permanently losing some people who decide to stay with them when everything goes back to normal. You know, so they have to. They're forced. They have to do something right now. They can't go without doing nothing.
And AEW, I thought for what it was decent this week. It was, nothing over the top. We talked earlier. Jericho was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You could tell at times he was trying to be the heel Jericho, and then at times he was just being like a normal Chris Jericho, just like commentating.
I do feel like I'm not finding a heel baby here. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just feel like it's just two strange personalities going at each other. You know, which I like better. I think it's a little more interesting. I love Hardy and what he's doing with his promos as well.
Right now, it's kind of hard to hate. That's the thing, though. For the longest, it's been very difficult and hard to hate.
Oh yeah.
For years, it's been that. So, like, it is what it is. I'm waiting to see what they do as far as their cinematic match, because that's what's coming up next.
I mean,
you get a cinematic match. You get a cinematic match. Everybody gets a cinematic match.
Hardy's got. I will say Hardy's got a big challenge ahead of him with the cinematic match, only because he has to not only match the fact that WWE just did two things at WrestleMania that everybody's talking about, but now he also has to meet up to what he did, what I mean, years ago, and kind of hold on to that. Hey, you're kind of the person who originated this in a good way for us.
This is still my bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's also true.
I
think we create enough to pull something pretty cool.
I believe in him. I believe in him.
I do too. I also. No.
Are we still on AEW?
Yeah, just might as well. Fuck it. Stick with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
It was about AEW, so go ahead.
You said it was about AEW. As far as the rest of the show, there was nothing else for me. The main event was Cody and Shawn Spears, and I was just like, "There's no way Cody's getting eliminated in the first round." One of the freak accidents that we saw was
Britt Baker getting a nose broken.
yes, that.
Oh,
And I was
yes.
like, they capitalized and made a T-shirt off of it 2 days later.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
that's smart though.
Right.
Yeah.
And you see when it happens, because when I forget the girl, to
Kurashida, something like that.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
she hits
A
her with a
Japanese name
forearm,
also.
and you see Britt Baker gets mad, like that. She gets like really actually angry. It's not work angry.
Yeah.
And she starts rocking her with forearms. I was like, holy shit, they got a little stiff. And the next thing you know, they show Britt Baker's face and it's covered in blood. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I mean they gave you a real good close up backstage when she after everything was done. So, that was definitely awesome. She get a little good amount of respect there for you know, because I mean it looked brutal during the match too, like just the
That was the
facial
one time
expressions from her for that.
That was the one time where they actually kept my attention, because most of their women's matches will put you to sleep.
They're too long.
Like when we went to see Revolution at the bar.
Yeah.
That I was just like, man, if you guys were around right now, and I was at home watching this lights out on the rest of the show.
That I agree with. I'm all for, or not all for, but I understand the women's movement and what they're trying to do, especially in wrestling. But at the same time, like, you can't give them 15, 20 minutes every single time.
Yeah. Did you also notice during the match that they gave her the referee gave her the glove for the submission to put her hands in the mouth?
Yes.
That's funny. That's funny.
I thought that was pretty funny when I saw that.
Yeah. We also saw the Murder Hawk.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. Feel like I'm playing GTA again.
Brody, we saw Brody Lee again. We saw Brody Lee wrestle this week too, which I'm loving the gimmick more and more.
Yeah, I think they should have done that from the start. Like him, just should have been him doing Vince McMahon impersonations rather than this bullshit exalted one.
Well, he speaks on the Jericho podcast, and he says that this was kind of the gimmick he wanted. That it was very similar. So that's why everyone's saying, "Well, it's him taking shots at Vince," which to a point it is. But at the same time, I really feel like if they would have let him go with this gimmick and let him be the one guy from the Wyatt family that kind of succeeded on his own, which again we'll get into now.
Turns out to be the brains. You know what I mean?
But like you could have had Brody. What was he in? Luke Harper as the brain.
Yeah.
You know,
That would have been a great turn.
A couple of years ago, when they were doing that whole thing with him, Orton, and Bray, I really felt you could have made that a triple threat match at Mania.
Yeah.
And the crowd would have been just as invested in Harper, and he was over at the time.
He's
Harper
obviously
always been over.
He's obviously good, and now he's able to finally show everybody, look, I can go entertainment wise. It's not just in the ring, you know. And the Vince McMahon character, he definitely had that idea while he was in WWE. There's no way you build up that much knowledge of the things Vince McMahon has done, you know what I mean, and the mannerisms in which he's done them, and then all of a sudden just come in a couple of weeks to make that character. You know what I mean? That's definitely something he's had an idea with for a while. Maybe it got shut down. Maybe he might have not ever brought it up. He might have just said to himself when he started moving out with the idea of going to EW or anything or leaving the company, he might have said, you know, I've got this character in a boss that would fucking be great. I'm just gonna say,
how do you pitch your boss? So what I want to do for a character is you. Like, how do you do that? You can't just do that. Well, goddamn, pal, I don't get it. You want to be me? I'm already me. Like,
and then I'm guessing the first feud is going to be him and Daniels because they keep mentioning SCU a lot with the Dark Order.
Oh, okay.
So I could see Daniels because that's how it kind of started. Everyone thought it was going to be Daniels.
What's more interesting is I'm wondering what they're going to do with the rest of the titles. The only champion that they're going to actually have on set for anything besides Kenny Omega, but he's one half of the tag champions, would be Kip, would be
Moxley. Yeah.
Because
all right. I'm not one. Listen, I've been a fan of AEW since day one. I've felt that they've stayed on the straight and narrow. They haven't done anything that has been, to me, overly great or overly bad. It's been just stay your course and you'll be fine. I was so bored on Wednesday that they kept showing the Moxley Hagar thing over.
I felt like it was very repetitious.
Yeah, at
Just
one point they
so
showed
repetitious.
2 promos back to back.
Yes. I thought that was. I was like, did I just miss something? Maybe a glitch or something for me. Now that you're saying it, I'm like, that sucks. Like, I really didn't think they actually showed 2 promos back to back. I thought it just glitched for me. That's nuts.
What's very funny about AEW is there are tons of people who always jump up and turn around and used to get on TNA and say, "Oh, you're jumping up and signing WWE guys. Oh, you're jumping up and signing WWE guys. You're making the main event. You're making them the heavyweight champion of the company." AEW, Jericho, and this guy. I don't think Jericho and Cody were the main event for their show. I think it was a different show, but Moxley and Jericho. Now you got a Swagger or Haggard.
Sure, obviously, it's
like
most of the big names in the industry have already been in WWE.
No, you know what? Jericho and Hangman was the main event because I think it was on. Jericho and Cody. You said no. The main event that night I think was Moxley and Omega.
Yeah, but somehow, some way, there's a guy that was, and I understand why because it's already established.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I was like, because at first I was like, when they crowned the first champion, I was like, there's no way Hangman Page is winning the title.
I honestly I felt they should have went with Hangman. And I get the reasons why Jericho is Jericho. He's a Hall of Famer and all this stuff, the greatness of Chris Jericho. But at the same time, you would have been saying, hey, this is our guy. You want to know why we made him champ? Tune in next week and you'll see because of how good he is. Where if Jericho's the champion, you're just kind of like, oh, okay, because it's Chris Jericho. He's a name.
At first, I wasn't on the Hangman Page train. I was just like, fucking cowboy. I like cowboy characters, though. Smoking gun. But seriously.
You do like the smoking gun.
Like, once the character came out, I was like, you know what? I can run with this. Mm-hmm. I can watch this. I can enjoy this. Could he be the champion at some point? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we know that'll eventually happen, but I think at this point, the safer decision for AEW was to put their balls in the court of the people that are a little bit more established. You know what I mean?
It would look really goofy if they put one of their own guys as their first. Like, people would not have taken this company seriously if they put their friend as champion.
Yeah, I think
it'll make champion because that would have been the one for.
Yeah, I think it'll mean more down the road for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we heard AEW is fine for at least the next 6 weeks. They have 6 weeks worth of content already in the bag. Yeah, exactly. So they're going to be fine. What's WWE going to do
live
after all this? They're going back live on TV after all.
Tomorrow they start back live.
What?
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting because a lot of last-minute changes are going to happen.
Yeah.
And I know this is the topic for like way later. Even though somebody tested positive for COVID-19.
Well, yeah, might as well talk about it right now. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. Hold on. But before we just move on, I just want to say one thing real quick. I thought the Omega Nakazawa best friends match was hilarious and entertaining as could be on AEW. Then we could just
Thank you for that lovely contribution, Michael. Thank you.
I thought it was absolutely hilarious. All right, moving on. Thank you.
I don't know who it's rumored that has it because there's nobody that they're not saying
that's a medical thing. They can't disclose that information.
The only news they've released so far as like who has it was one of the production crew that tested positive. He went out to dinner with people that work in the health industry and wound up contracting. He did work WrestleMania. However, there is no he is quarantined and there is nobody that was in contact with him has shown any signs or anything like that. He did himself show signs at some point, but it were light signs, and apparently he's doing fine. But that's just the release. We don't know what really the truth might be.
Well, I kind of hear that it might be a possible commentator who, if you notice, did not work WrestleMania.
Corey Graves.
Aha.
He does have it, but they've already confirmed that he
Are you
has
just
it.
wishful thinking? Are you just wishful thinking on that one?
Don't
No.
you mean had as in past?
Exactly. Yeah,
He
he
was
had it at one
quarantined
point.
at the start of all of this.
Correct. Yes. But
now
during
they're saying
WrestleMania, his
also
quarantine,
the
I think, was still taking place,
the person he lives with now has it.
which is Carmella.
Yeah.
She's back on TV too
Yeah,
now,
but
though.
she had it as well. She was doing very bad
Yeah.
with it, but she's tested negative now.
All
See,
right,
here's
that's
one
fine.
thing. Here are the things that are weird to me. Here are the things that allow me to just think most of the stuff that's being said is just rumor, which is why I kind of don't necessarily care for all the dirt sheets for everything, unless afterwards, next this company posted.
Yeah.
They said the Miz had a fever.
Yeah.
Okay? So I figured he'd be gone for a while with being
Right.
sick.
Yeah.
But instead, they did a triple threat match for the tag titles. Now they're doing another triple threat match for the tag titles
Correct.
on SmackDown with the guys that they didn't use for wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, some of these stories are just seeming weirder and weirder more and more. Like,
I mean, even Goldberg said in his in one of the podcasts that he was on during the week, he said that the whole thing with the Miz was Miz had the flu, and everybody just wanted to be careful, but that he did confirm. They confirmed he had the flu. So, he even said, "I'm not medically cleared yet." Blah 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 blah, and that's probably because he hasn't, cleared it out of his system or anything like that. Maybe, but there was no. It was all precautionary at that point. I mean, at that point, you could say, God forbid, it turns out to be anything else.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting because now, not to be funny, does Roman Reigns come back at any time?
No, I think he's done for a little bit.
He's chilling. Once this is over with, and I don't see him showing up right away, I don't think we're going to see Roman Reigns until possibly next.
Yeah, that's like I strongly agree.
If not next year, it's going to be definitely there.
Like it hasn't happened then. It's just going to be crazy.
And
Because,
and
well, I don't even want to fully go right into SmackDown right away. I just want to talk about what you guys thought about Gargano and China.
Oh, I will say, I mean, it's a match we've seen a million times before with them. We've seen them fight so much. The brutality was awesome. You know what I mean? I mean, they definitely went that further distance. The camera work for me was, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. Obviously, there was a lot of ideas that weren't, I think, pushed the right way, but the camera work was still very, kept me very involved with the fact that there was no audio.
All right, so this is going to be maybe the unpopular opinion.
Please.
The brutality of it, yes, agree. As far as the directing of it and the camera of it, I just felt we didn't need another, oh my God, this is fourth wall breaking, not full, but out of the box thinking kind of match, third time in a week. You could just do them.
Okay, I agree with you. Had they done it like a skit, you know what I mean?
Just do a normal them in a way. I like the warehouse idea.
Yeah.
They put them in their own warehouse so they could destroy everything and nobody's held accountable. I like that the referee wasn't in a referee shirt; he was just a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
But as far as I just felt they tried to get too cute, and it's the third time in a week, and it's kind of all right, we just seen this twice now.
Yeah.
You guys trying to get cute. I get what you're saying, and from a creative point of view, I guess it was appeasing, but I didn't feel it.
See, that's tricky for me because initially I was just in my head, I was like, okay, Triple H has them somewhere where they're going to be off and they're going to be alone fighting each other, right? So I was just come in street fight gear, absolutely, yeah. Do I feel like it should have taken place in the ring? No. But at the same time, it was just well, you kind of seen Edge and Randy Orton do that without really being in the ring, unless it was to hit RKOs. But afterwards, I was just all right, fine, I'm all for it. The whole thing between them is what I like to call now the never-ending story, because I feel like there's still not going to be a real ending here.
Yeah, they'll keep going. They'll keep going for sure. At some
when they
point.
involved his wife, I was just why is his wife kicking him in the nuts? I was just like, this is weird. He's a monster now. And I was just like, all right, go ahead and kick Chomp on the balls now to make me happy that you turned into a villain. And then when it happened, I was like, okay, he got the 3 count. My favorite thing out of the whole thing is my opinion on who was that inside the car. And my guess would be Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux, because there were 2 people seen inside the car. Don't really know who it is. I don't know if you guys noticed.
I didn't notice that myself.
I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
It just happened so fast. You have to look back at it.
Sir, you had me at Scarlett Bordeaux. You had me.
I think the only thing I agree with your opinion. I think it's solid. I think it needed to be in a ring. I don't think we needed to see another like street fight inside of a freaking warehouse or something like. I think that would have been way too much in line with what we saw over the weekend with cinematic camera work and stuff. I think it needed to happen in a ring to feel
what you
like
could
it's
have
still wrestling.
legitimately done is set up chairs, ladders, tapes, set everything up around the ring, and Triple H just be like, "Here, go crazy, do whatever you guys want."
A little more setup to it might have been funny. That would have been
and
good.
the other thing that drove me crazy is why, after a ladder match, is Candice then driving Johnny Gargano? So did she leave right after her ladder match to go pick him up and then bring him to this warehouse?
Yes.
Since you made it to the ladder match, that was actually a good match.
Yes.
That was a solid ladder match for the group.
Yeah.
Those girls always want to beat the shit out of each other.
I love the Chelsea Green spot where she has her leg in the ladder and they hit with the chair. Love it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's kind of like when your mom has to leave work and then take you to like soccer practice or something like that. She's got to be there at a certain time. I have to be out of this match. This match has to be done by this.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to 8:30.
So now, like going forward Wednesday. Oh yeah, by the way, so I won that ladder match. Thank God. Is Ciampa still going to be like, "No, I want one more"? Triple H is like, "No, it's done. It's done with."
I think that,
I love the Triple H.
I'm hoping they'll close it off.
Well, no, it's simple. Now you have Ciampa come out and be like, "I don't know what's next for me." And you have Killer Cross attack him, and
off to the races with that.
Off to the races. Yeah.
And the last show of the week, SmackDown.
Wait. We've got something about NXT. The announcement of the Cruiserweight Champion.
Oh.
WWE presents G1.
I got nervous.
That's right.
I thought we were going to talk about them both ago. No.
WWE presents the G1 Classic, aka the new Cruiserweight tournament. Devlin's been stripped of the title because of
Visa.
Visa, whatever you want to call it.
Because technically this is the interim.
Wow, they're going full UFC and doing interim champion.
That's what they said. Interim Cruiserweight.
Wow.
I'm okay with that though. See, I didn't know that. I kind of like. Because now it's obvious that at some point Devlin's going to fight whoever this is.
Yeah, everyone's going to fight everyone within there.
Who's in the tournament? I only got one guy.
Yeah, I have the names right here. So Group A is Kushida, Drake Maverick, Tony Nese, and Jake Atlas. And Group B will be Akira Tozawa, Jake Gallagher, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and El Hijo del Fantasma.
Okay, so there's like 2 names in there. Jake Atlas, I don't know.
I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar with
and the last name you just said, who I'm guessing is a masked wrestler.
Yeah, definitely.
That by the name, so don't call me a racist.
The second generation luchador. Yes, I'm going to assume he is a mask.
Like they had all these guys. I'm starting to feel like they're finding most guys that are like local and probably live in Florida or at least close by to travel into doing the show. I'm just guessing. I don't.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense. They're probably guys that are big in the Florida circuits and everything. And right now it's probably easy to just have them guys come than bring in guys from far.
It might be it might be a matter of ease, like who's in the local area that we can easily, because a lot of these guys are in NXT. You know what I mean? Like from the start anyway. So they live in Florida. Like they have a residence. So they pick the people that can easily come into the center and do the matches.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Now, granted, though, at the same time, there's people I'm sure on the Eastern Seaboard that'll gladly drive down to Florida with no problem if they got that phone call.
Or if they don't get that fine.
Yeah, if they don't get that fine, if they're allowed to leave their house.
That's true.
That's a luxury some on the Eastern Seaboard do not have at this moment.
That's very true.
So
moving on then to SmackDown. Malik, as you
SmackDown.
were saying
So we got the same match that we saw at WrestleMania, and it just seemed super lazy. I feel like at this point now.
Oh, the tag. Are we talking about the tag match?
There are times I was talking with my boys. It was just like Kyrie saying, just seems really lazy. Like it's just that I don't want to be here. Since this is what's coming in.
I kind of felt the same way. I kind of felt like, okay, good. It was a great match at WrestleMania. Give them the belts. Cool. You know what I mean? We already made the rule months ago that there's no rematch. You know what I mean? If you lose the titles, they should have just moved on.
What? That happened?
Yeah, that happened.
I know it was a Stephanie McMahon.
Listen, who's Stephanie McMahon to make these things? She's got no authority now. Who is Triple H?
Yeah, it's true.
They can't make these rules.
I think it was I think it's like the Authority.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I watched SmackDown in about 17 minutes. I fast forwarded through most of it.
Wow.
I watched the Otis and Mandy stuff because to me that's the most compelling love story, on television.
Oh yeah!
Hell yeah! And I actually watched the Bray Nakamura stuff, and then the afterwards. I'm sorry, the Braun Nakamura.
You just call him
stuff.
Brain?
I
Call him Bray.
I was going to say Braun Nakamura.
I'm sorry.
And then the after stuff with Bray and Braun, which I actually thought was really good. I thought Braun actually held up kind of well.
I didn't think they would go with Braun Fiend next. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad they did. I think that if done right, they could do some really good shit there.
Okay, so here's the thing. Sorry to cut you off. Back in January, they were doing these matches between the two of them at live events. Even they did one in a cage during, as a matter of fact, last year during Starrcade weekend or whatever they did Starrcade, but it didn't air. So now the rumor is if things don't work out well with Braun's just going to be a transitional champion and they give it back to Braun.
It's safe for them, at least. I mean, for WWE, it's a safe choice. It's not I hate to say it's a great choice. It is a smart choice for them.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Braun is right now their top seller because they just threw out a whole Fiend box and that was just gone in a matter of hours.
They can do a lot.
It's crazy.
They could do a lot more cinematic stuff with the Fiend as champion.
All the Fiend merchandise that they released over the weekend, everything was selling out.
I'm not surprised.
He's such a cash cow for them right now. It's not even funny.
Especially, it's because they did it with John Cena. John Cena was a huge cash cow. So now you have all these kids that just watched their hero get defeated and decided to become villains themselves. So now we've got a generation of villains coming up.
Thank God. Because the generation of pansies we're dealing with, I'm sick and tired of. But anyway, I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're really mad, Greco.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on this generation, please.
I mean, but there's
Is Greco going full old man yells at a cloud again?
I'm sorry. I really am. I apologize.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume I don't feel like I asked myself. As far as eras of wrestling go, I know we're going completely off topic. I want to know just what era you like. That's all. Brandon.
I mean, the Ruthless Aggression era, as far as like talent wise, is probably the best. But like, I didn't watch a lot of it when it was happening. Like, I came late to that party.
Okay.
But like, yeah, but it's like people put the Attitude Up on a pedestal, but I just don't think it has like you go back and look at it, and it's not like great wrestling. It's great stories.
Yeah.
I think the Ruthless Aggression era had both great stories and great wrestling.
Manny?
The early start of the Attitude Era for me. I wouldn't say the whole entire thing. Obviously, I feel like a lot of it died off for me at certain points, and a lot of it just got a little too much. But the beginning of it, like where it really transitioned over, and you got the really early starts. That to me was probably the most memorable.
Greco?
I'm gonna go with the Ruthless Aggression era, but I do agree with Manny a lot. The very, very start of the Attitude Era is the best. When Austin's just getting hot, Hunter's coming into his own with Shawn. Shawn, of course, is PK Shawn Michaels, as we like to call Painkiller Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart at that point is cutting promos that are just out of this world.
I mean, it was the transition of me becoming into that teenager and out of that adolescence, and it happened along with the wrestlers that I enjoyed watching as an adolescent. You know what I mean? So the early Attitude was good for that for me.
I go with the Ruthless Aggression era because to me the talent was just. Like there wasn't a bad match on especially on SmackDown when you got to the brand split and everything.
There were so many talented guys at that point in time. Like how many guys are you just that guy's a shitty wrestler? Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can't say that too much today because right now I feel like as far as wrestling goes, you're living in the era of the act.
Yes.
That's why you see so many crazy spots. I mean, I used to appreciate a good super kick every now.
Wow.
Today I can't. And when I saw that Dolph Ziggler got the win over Tucker with it, I was just like, did that really just happen? Because he can do it on Sunday, and other guys can't do it any other week. I was like, if Shawn Michaels come back and wrestle, it would like literally just say, I'm coming out of retirement. It just came in and decided to wrestle. His finish move has to be a submission hold.
I think I'm bothered only by
the figure four.
Like the fact that KO does the stunner, it's Ziggler's doing the super kick. Everybody and their mother does the super kick, but Ziggler's for me that only bothers me for the simple fact that as kids, when you're doing a wrestling match, you're going, "Oh, I'm gonna do the stunner," but it kind of reminds me of that. It doesn't feel creatively original. You know what I mean? It feels like I'm watching some kid do his favorite guy's move.
I agree, but it's like I was just saying about Nia calling up Paige and asking if she could use the Rampage. KO called Austin and said, "Hey, can I use the stunner?" So he gave him the respect. This is really funny you brought this up because I was just watching the Ric Flair interview with Austin on Broken Skull, and they talk about this.
Yeah.
And they talk about what's different with now. And everybody is an athlete now, but not many guys make money. And that's the big difference. And that's where Bray, I really think, is coming into his own. Because Bray can have a good match.
Because you've got to remember, it's still TV. It's still got to be entertaining. It can't always be just wrestling. Right. You know what I mean? The people who've done the most money in that company have always been entertaining. Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Rock. Like they were wrestlers at certain points, yes, but they were great entertainers.
Yes, and they sold merch.
Exactly.
And that's what it's really all about. It's when people turn the TV on. It's am I invested in this guy? Like, do I want to see Listen, the more I've been watching Taker stuff lately, Taker is going up and up on my list because I'm realizing that this guy has portrayed a dead man, a zombie, for 20 years. People still believe it.
He's an undead wizard. He's an undead wizard.
It's incredible. It's incredible what
this
is pulled off.
This is a good segue into this whole Ronda Rousey situation too.
Yes, because of course the former baddest bitch on the planet had to put her foot in her mouth on Steve-O's podcast and use the dreaded F word when it comes to wrestling.
Now, she wasn't wrong necessarily in what she was saying. And she did elaborate on that. She said, professionally, it obviously, and she had the best way to analyze. She said, if you took 300 days in a year and you told me I had to wrestle for WWE for 300 days in a year, yes, my body's going to be in pain. If you told me I had to go do 300 fights in a year in UFC, you're dead.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way you're doing that much damage to your body in a year, 300 times. You know what I mean? And not walking out. You know what I mean? With permanent
some
damage.
sort of damage.
Yeah, there's a huge difference there. She's not denying the physical part of it, but it's still a show.
Yeah, it was. It's
things you just don't say.
I hear you.
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of either burning the bridge, or this is really like an elaborate setup for like.
I feel like there's so many people that are baiting into it. I'm just like, Nia Jax posted what she posted without tagging WWE. They monitor all their social media. And whatever. It could lead to something. Because I was just like, though they're friends, I was like, even Shayna Baszler like chimed in on behalf of Ronda Rousey.
Well, she stuck up for Ronda, of course, because that's her girl.
Like, even right now, the latest thing is Mark Henry is taking Ronda Rousey's back and the whole matter. So it's like the more and more you read into it, I was just like,
some people are a little offended. Like I see both sides of it, man. Like, if someone called what I do fake and what I do bullshit, I would fucking be a little pissed off about it too. Yeah. You know, especially if they were just an interloper. They were only there for like a cup of coffee, literally, you know, no matter who they were. Yes, they were a huge star.
I mean, sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
Nothing. There was a joke that I threw in and I tried to say it over you.
Oh.
I didn't get it. Never mind.
Okay. Wasn't that funny then? Yeah.
Off camera.
I guess. It's a weird situation, man. Like,
I don't know. Like, I feel, I honestly don't think she's coming back.
No, this doesn't strike me as the comments of someone that's.
You know, I think that she doesn't care. She's always been that way.
She's got her money now. She's got her land.
Money. Yeah.
Like,
I feel like people wait for something.
She's gonna play video games on Facebook.
I feel like all the real big moments, say Paige does return, say Ronda Rousey does show. I think those are all going to be moments saved for an audience.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be something that you want to do. Like if Ronda Rousey had randomly shown at WrestleMania on Sunday,
it just would have been weird. It would have been too weird.
Right. You just would have been sitting here.
Ronda Rousey's not that good of an actor anyway.
No,
without an audience, we are looking at even a million times worse.
My whole thing. You didn't like her in the Entourage movie when she played herself?
Oh yes.
I liked her in Story.
Anyway, what was I going to say? I think they botched the whole Ronda thing from the start. Like, having her come out and smile at people and wave. Like,
I think the way they're doing Shayna Baszler should have been the way they did Ron.
Yep.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yep.
And just be like, what? I could destroy anybody in here. Come get some.
And it would have been highly believable.
Don't get me wrong. One thing I will say is Ronda was there. At least two
she was in it. She was in it.
Every pay-per-view she was there. So
yeah.
You know, she was only there for a year, but she was showing up every single. You know, you would see her on TV at least 3-4 times a month.
She was pot committed.
Yeah.
She may have been at the Garden Show, the last Garden Show.
Yeah, for real.
That was,
I won't tell her. I won't say she was lazy in her run.
I was there for that.
Yeah, I will not say that she was lazy in her run. You know what I mean? She showed, like, it's not like Brock Lesnar showing up once in a while. She showed up.
Demanding when he works on the card.
Yeah. So I will definitely give Ronda that respect.
Allegedly.
She did show up a lot within her run. But at the same time, I wasn't a huge fan of her as well.
I agree.
Isn't it more interesting that we saw Brock though the majority of this year so far? Even if he didn't wrestle, you saw him.
Yeah.
Like it just,
I think
once you said something about it, it was like it just hit me. I was like, and here he is again.
I don't think we've seen the last of him, but I think for a little while.
Till this all's over with, he ain't coming out. He ain't leaving Canada.
Brock? Yeah, no, Brock's good for a while. He got his money.
He's got meat on his land. He's good. We should all go up to Lesnar's crib and just try and wait this whole storm out.
The one who I think is going to come back that I don't want to come back is going to be Goldberg.
Oh, really?
He's going to do it, man. He'll do it.
Oh.
He's getting a lot of press right now for this WrestleMania bullshit.
See, I don't know.
They'll give him another thing, bro. Money talks.
Speaking of money talking, by the way, I'm just going to segue into this. No, go make your final point, Malik. Go ahead.
That one last rumor about Goldberg. So the rumor is that he pulled his Hogan slip on Creative.
Oh, really?
Couldn't lose to a bad guy, so that's why he beat the Fiend allegedly. So that's the latest rumor going.
I did hear that rumor as well. If it's true, it sounds believable.
If it's true, Vince is a fucking idiot. Because why?
Yeah, no, I was literally going to say that exact. Those were literally going to be my exact word. That was a fucking terrible idea.
So I'm like, when did WWE turn to WCW?
Yeah.
Quite a while ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Quite a while ago.
So speaking
bad booking decisions for a bit now.
So speaking of money talking, earlier this week, there were rumors and innuendo that UFC was going to try and run at a Indian casino next weekend to try and get this super card UFC 249 that they had been working on for months now. Khabib, we've lost Tony Khabib for the 5th time. That ship is sailed. But Disney came in and shut it down. And at first, this all I was all gung ho for this because I just wanted UFC to come back. But then when you start hearing the particulars of this, the fact that a hospital was 3 hours away, yes, we're still in the middle of a global pandemic where medical supplies are in short order. Probably shouldn't be sending people to the hospital with self-caused injuries. I'm glad somebody at Disney finally knocked this stuff off. What I'm very disappointed in, we aren't getting Fight Island 20. I wanted Fight Island.
The fact that there's an island that we could have fights on.
I mean, this is why. Please, they have to try and make this happen.
This is the start of every psychotic movie.
It really is.
You can only if you fight against Goro on the end. That's the only way.
I'm telling you, this is a good one of those ways that opens up the door to no rule fights.
Yeah,
that's where UFC did start.
Well, that's what the start of boxing was. If you watched Gangs in New York, they had boxing on barges and stuff like that to get it to escape the city.
This is how the Condemned starts.
I'm kind of surprised that he went the option of a private island rather than just taking a boat out and doing the fight with a couple of the guys on the boat.
Well, I think it's probably easier to get guys and their whole teams. I'm sure there's some cruise ships.
That's right. Yeah, you got to think teams too.
Teams, coaches, all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm forgetting. I'm thinking Mortal Kombat in my mind.
Well, it's not just one fighter. Guys got a whole camp of guys, 10 guys with you. Those guys probably got some guys that they kind of want to bring assistants and stuff like that. So the entourage adds up after a while. But
fuck that, the fighter and 2 guys.
the fighter, the ref, and then commentators maybe. Joe Rogan at ringside.
There you go.
Well, I know when they did that last show, I think it was in Brazil.
Yeah.
They were told their normal production team is 70-something people, and they were told they could only have 25 people.
Oh yeah, they weren't allowed to bring that many people.
And Dana White scaled it down to the bare minimum. He pulled every trick possible to just get that fight on.
I mean, I think that's Dana's personality too. He's always kind of been this maverick kind of guy.
Yeah, and he's trying. In the world we live in, this is why, as much as WrestleMania, whatever we liked, we didn't like, you couldn't complain because WWE still tried giving you.
They gave you something. They gave you something.
Exactly. They didn't just walk away.
Yeah.
I listened to a couple podcasts this week. The only guy that really got into it was Bischoff, and Bischoff was really listen, from the go. Like anything I say, it has nothing to do with what these people did this weekend.
Yeah.
Like they went out there and they tried to entertain, and any critiquing I do is just critiquing because we're going to be doing a podcast for the next 2
You need to feel content.
Yeah, but like to sit there and like I know the NBA and ESPN are coming out with this horse thing,
Which I heard it was terrible. By the way,
What is it?
They taped like a horse competition.
Oh, what the
Remember
fuck?
back in the day, you used to play the game horse.
Yeah.
You do a wild trick, the guy has to do it. Well, that's what they're basically doing. There's like 8 NBA guys that are doing. 8 NBA and WNBA.
Wow.
Basketball personalities.
They should have just done like a tournament inside of an arena. You know what I mean? Select members of the teams, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Well, they're trying to do anything they can right now just to give out content.
Yeah,
Like
that's obviously
MLB Network is showing old baseball World Series games. You know, the NFL.
But there's also that falls in line with the whole thing with Raw right now and why it's going live. The rumor is that because the contract that WWE has with USA Network is that they can only do a certain number of taped shows per year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't want to waste it all on during this and not have anything for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they have to move forward with trying to record. So I think probably you have, the sports leagues probably have the same contracts in place. You have to give us some sort of
the NBA has to do 80 games minimum a season for them to get the money for their television partner.
Yeah. So
which is a huge part of their revenue
at the moment.
Which is why I'm telling you. You know what? I want a suggestion from everybody. Malik came up with the favorite errors before. I got one for everybody, and we can throw the fans in on this too. Whoever's watching. I want to know if you could suggest one thing to WWE right now. Okay, if WWE, AEW, any of them, one thing that they could realistically do. What would it be? To enter
promos.
They could do what they could do is I think what MLB was rumoring about doing, just sequestering their guys. Have guys bring their families to a hotel or whatever, and just bring guys from hotel to where they tape back. You have to get Hayes. Like, this is what we have to do to make this money so you guys can get paid. We got to produce this content so we can fill our bottom line. This is what we have to do. And we go to like Arizona and just put the whole company up in a hotel and run out of a hotel for however long until this shit passes.
I think if I was in any of either Vince McMahon or Tony Khan's shoes in any way, anything they're currently doing is probably most likely what I would be doing as well. I don't think there's much more you can do at the moment.
You just tape 6 weeks worth of TV in advance.
Taping the 6 weeks worth of TV was smart for AEW.
Yeah.
Going live might not be smart for WWE. I probably wouldn't go live. I would probably stick with more of the taped format because it's safer at the moment. Too much less. But as far as content in the show, I think what they're doing is exactly. Trying creative ideas in the movie, match. I would be trying the same thing.
Malik.
I don't know. It's a tough situation, man. Like, as far as what they should do, I feel like their hands are kind of tied to the situation, man.
No, there's nothing they can do. Like, it's tough.
Like, I get Brandon's whole thing. He's like, having family here in the hotel. And it's just like, okay, they're out to go work. Their family steps away to go get some, like,
it's you can't. If family has to understand. Yeah, no, it would. My plan would take a lot of logistics and like a lot of sacrifices from the staff and their families, but that's like the only way they're going to do it. Either that, or you're away from your family for however long that we're filming content for. So.
All right, so I would, if I was WWE, I would do a tournament and similar, not to what they're doing with the cruiser. I would set it up like an NBA, NCAA style, and
64-man tournament.
Well, you drop it down to 32. Okay, and if you want, you do one men, one women. Look, you set up 2 kings of the ring.
You still get to a point where you only have 1 match, 2 matches left in the tournament to fight. You know what I mean? So you'd have
but
to
at
throw on
that
other
point,
content.
right? But every week you're guaranteeing, a certain amount of match. You're guaranteeing format. Like you do one for every division. Then you do a
Yeah.
world title one and a tag team. Do a tag team King of the Ring. The best tag teams in the world.
I mean, it potentially could work. It's not a horrible idea.
And you would have content for months.
It's true. That's very true.
That's the thing, though. You turn around and do that. In some situations, you can't even have both teammates there. For example,
Yeah.
Matt Riddle's around, right? He lives in Florida. I don't know where Pete Dunne lives. He might live over in the UK still.
I think he still is in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can't
if
pull
you
up
think
a
about
okay.
it, the NXT Cruiserweight Tournament is essentially your idea, except instead of doing this one-on-one
doing round
goes to the
robin.
next round, it's
Right.
not a round robin. Instead, now it's actually everybody fights everybody numerous times, and we just take score.
Okay, I'll go off of Malik's point, but then do it this way: do an old school battle ball,
Okay.
where you put random guys together.
Okay, like they used to do for the original Starcades. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the lethal lottery.
The lethal
Yes.
lottery.
Yes.
It's the lethal lottery.
It's something different. It's it's Drake Maverick teaming up with C3, which we know they're best friends in real
I mean,
life. It's seeing it on TV.
get rid of the tournament idea and just put like a wheel and put a cluster of guys together and say, like, every Monday night, you know what I mean? These are the guys that'll get to roll the wheel. Whoever gets to fight, whatever, we'll see some brand new matches. Who knows? Maybe we find out two guys really fight well together who have never fought each other.
I like your idea of turning wrestling into a Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Since it's funny, main mention talking about tag teams, we just had a tag team immediately released. And
Well, I mean, duh.
Have you heard the new names?
It was bound to happen. It was something they wanted since last year, and I think they were originally offered at least maybe to make nearly about $1 million a year.
They're like,
it definitely wasn't about money for them anymore.
It was 500,000.
I heard it was like 750,000, but whatever.
Okay,
it's more money than I.
It's a lot of money either way.
Yeah.
For a year, it was just like shit.
Yeah, they picked new names and everything already now.
They don't own those names. They didn't own the revival.
No, well,
FCR has been trademarked. Shatter Machine has been trademarked.
Yes.
There are a few other ones that I can't
they did the smart thing. They used their real names.
Yep.
So his real name's Daniel Wheeler. He went with Cash. And the other one's name is David Harwood. So he went with Dax Harwood.
I don't know. Cash Wheeler sounds like a cool name. I don't know.
It does, yeah. Cash Wheeler does.
It does.
I'll tell you, I was on the fence with them, and when they wrestled, I think it was in London. They wrestled Enzo and Cass, and the match was great. And then the next time out, they wrestle American Alpha. The match is great. Then they're wrestling Gargano and Ciampa, and the match is great. And I'm sitting there saying, all right, 3 totally different styles. And they had great matches with all 3 teams.
Yeah, I think that's how I started to like them, they worked well with everybody.
Yeah.
And they remind me of a modernized, very old school wrestling. You know what I mean? Like Arn Anderson and stuff like that. Like, yeah, very modernized old school wrestling. I love
modern day brain busters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really, really good stuff from them. I didn't like them at first at all. I was not a huge fan of them. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? And slowly but surely, they pulled me over just because of their skill. They got really good talent.
So the $10,000 question, where do they go?
I don't think anywhere for a little bit. I think they wait. And to me, the smart move is to wait for all of this to calm down. And then make a debut somewhere where you got a big crowd.
You get a pop. They want that pop.
Yeah,
they want that
I
return.
think they need the pop. I think they need it.
So where do they get that pop?
Listen, if it was up to me, because right now my favorite promotion can't show any content unless it's something from the past, which I'm fine with because there's so much stuff that I can watch.
The company's only been around since 1975.
Yeah.
You know. If they were to go to New Japan, I'd be all for it. But we know realistically, they're pushing to get that match with the Young Bucks. Something
Oh,
they want
yeah.
for the
They see the dollar
Oh,
signs
yeah,
at
that
the
dollar
Bucks.
sign is sitting there.
And
Yeah.
the proper build up for that, once everything is done globally with this pandemic, once everything's done with their storyline, with the inner circle and everything, the most appropriate time, bring those two in, have them go up against, and probably have a little series up against different tag teams, because you can see all the good matches coming out of it.
Yeah.
Listen, and for personal reasons, we love it, but how awesome them and Ortiz and Santana.
I mean, with all due respect to our boys, they would be the tag team in AEW if they joined.
Yeah.
Sorry, fellas.
I think they have the most to gain going there for sure.
You know, I think they're smart enough that they're gonna make the right move. You know, Edge has had a big dealing with them in their live. You know, they both spoke about. So, you know, I'm sure he's kind of told them, all right, listen, this is what you want to do. You know,
But their tweets, though, I was just like, are y'all doing this to like completely break ties with them?
Yeah, they're just like free at last. Free at last.
Like, God, I was like, damn. I was like, tell them why you're really mad. Like,
I think it's also, you got to remember, after WrestleMania, the firing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at a time like this, that company's, WWE's losing money. They're going to cut corners in any way possible.
As much as they can, yeah.
So,
house party.
I definitely think this is not the last we get fired.
I'll start saying more crazy things. There goes Ricochet.
Wow.
See, I don't.
Wow.
Alexander.
Last week they put Ricochet and Alexander together, so that could be
First of all, Cedric Alexander has been having fire matches with Shelton Benjamin on main event. Matches nobody would ever care to watch.
No.
I watched it just to see those two work, because you don't get to see Shelton Benjamin on like.
I love watching Shelton Benjamin work.
And what's great is Shelton Benjamin's probably having the time of his life. He's working on main events. You know, he's just, all right, what am I doing tonight? All right, this guy.
He just re-signed for 3 more years, so he's just like, okay.
Because a guy like him is at the age of his life now. He doesn't want to travel show to show and do indie scenes and break down his body. He's going on house shows on the road, you know, three times a week, doing the one taping on a Monday or Friday, whenever they put the main event. And that's it. It's probably a lot easier for him now.
I can't blame him.
It's a cushy job.
You don't got to do ladder matches anymore. You don't got to do all this crazy stuff. It's at the point now he's in cruise control.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, honestly, I mean, a guy like him is close to people like Kurt Angle. And you see the amount of pain that Kurt Angle's body is in right now. If you witness that, you can definitely say, I'll take the cushion job.
Yeah, I'm maybe not going to work 300 days a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, you think a couple years ago when Orton signed his contract, like, I'm only 3 times a week or 4 times a week, whatever it is, that wasn't done him thinking long term.
Yeah.
I'll stay here another 10 years, but I'm not putting my body through this.
I'm not going on the road. I'm not going to fucking Topeka, Kansas. Fuck that. Sorry to anybody from Topeka.
I think we have enough wrestlers that you can space it out.
Fuck Topeka.
You can definitely
Fuck it, bro.
space it out 100%. There's no way a guy has to wrestle every day.
No.
Somebody got on Randy for not taking a lot of bumps, I think, in the Money in the Bank match. He was like, yo, 2 bumps, bro. That's all I need. That's all he did in the match. And I was just like, can you blame him? He's getting hit with a ladder. You need to bump that hard.
Yeah, you don't. Why do I got to put my body in danger? I'm still giving you entertainment.
No, you got young guys for that.
And Randy is still worth the money that he gets.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah. No, Randy's...
If you, and they've always said, if you ever hit the create a player button and wanted a wrestler, it would be Randy Orton.
Yes.
For sure.
Like, everything about him has always been on point. He's always had the size. He's always had charisma. He's tweaked his personality here and there, but it's always pretty much been the last 10 years he's been the same character.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
I mean, if you think, look at his dad's career. You know what I mean? His dad didn't worry about, I got to be the heavyweight and stuff like that. He just worried about being the entertaining character that he needed to be. And that's why he had such longevity in his career. Randy Orton's the same way, man. Just like father, like son. He has longevity because he can be champion at any point, but he cannot be champion and still be just as entertaining.
All right, folks. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we're good.
Good show this week, guys.
Go flap us, go us. Give ourselves a good pop. This has been a False Finish production. Go follow us on Facebook, YouTube, everything, whatever. This will be online in some capacity or another, probably some audio only format this week. So check that out.
If anybody has any questions, any suggestions, you want to hear us talk about our thoughts, opinions?
Yeah, leave it in the comments of the video. We definitely, and take care now. Bye then.
See you
Boom.
soon.
Good night.
Boom. All right, I'm just gonna... And we're out.
All right, cool.
That was a good show.
Very
Yes.
good, guys. Very good.
I feel
Yeah.
like that was probably the best show we've done so far.
Yeah.
Only done
I
three
think-
shows.
Probably
I
time
also,
for shit.
I
We
also
only
feel
done
like
three shows of that.
I also
But
feel like we were a little